How's everyone doing out there? This is the House of Business Podcast. This is your host, Caleb Thompson, and this is the place where we give you the knowledge and the tools to execute your dreams and visions. And we're going to have a good one for you today. Today is Saturday. We are out here by Columbia Business School. It's actually a beautiful day out here. It kind of rained a little bit today, but we're going to make sure that we give you guys this knowledge so you guys can understand. And this is kind of tied to my last episode. I believe the last episode dealt more with operational systems and why they matter, or the one before that. But we'll have a link below where you guys can go and check out our page, our YouTube page on our YouTube platform. And you can look at more videos of dealing with operational systems, dealing with the entrepreneur mindset, dealing with, the art of delegation, in business, dealing with all these different aspects of business. So you will be able to go and check these things out to make sure that you can kind of get up to date. I think our next episode will have to do with finance. Either it'll be capital budgeting, something financial that we think we can help you guys with, probably profit and loss statements, maybe the importance of profit and loss statements. But we're going to make sure that we give you guys exactly what you need. And I always say this as well. If you cannot, use these videos, maybe you'll say, man, I'm far beyond that point. I already have that knowledge. Share it with someone else, share it with a sister, a brother, a friend, a business partner that may need some of these episodes. Some of these episodes are tailored around leadership. Some of these episodes are tailored around, like we said, operational systems, lots of aspects of business, prime costs, lots of different aspects of business. So we want you guys to make sure that you guys are well equipped, because this is the place where we give you the knowledge and the tools to execute your dreams and visions. And let's get started. So today, I'll say that. I don't get that out. Today's episode will be time versus money, the real currency of entrepreneurship. So it's going to be time versus money, and we're going to go over the importance of time versus the importance of money and how that can be used for entrepreneurship, and how it can be rightly used, as I should say, in entrepreneurship, being a business owner, being a founder, being a leader, and how we can. So I'm going to give you 3 points here, and how that could be more of an asset to you, each one of those particular subjects. So I'm going to give you 3 points here. We're going to be quick today. As you guys tune in, you guys lock in. I'm going to lock in, and we're going to get this episode out here. And this is something that a lot of people know. This is something that a lot of people know, and this is something that a lot of people don't know. There's a lot of people. I said this before. I was talking about operational systems. There are a lot of people that trade in a 40-hour work week for an 80-hour work week, and that is not what we want to do. So let's get number one. Number one is time is a non-renewable asset. This is our first point here. Time is a non-renewable asset. Money can be lost and regained, but time is gone forever. Once it's non-renewable. What you put your time, energy, and effort towards, that is what you're going to get out of life. If you sit around doing nothing all day, or let's just say it like this, I use this a lot. I have another podcast called The Word to Edification with Caleb. It's Christian based. I hate to kind of use that word Christian. It's not really religious based, but it's more of a relational base with God, relational platform that deals with God and the Lord Jesus Christ. But what I always say this: there are some things that once they're gone, you can't get back. And I said that just to say this also: what you sow is what you'll reap. Wherever you choose to put your time in. Thank you for that remembrance. God help me to remember what I was saying. Thank you, Holy Ghost. But what you put your time into, and what you will get out of it. What you sow is what you'll reap. So what you put your time, energy, and effort into is what you will get. I always tell people this all the time: do not plant apple seeds all day. Rather it's seeds of wickedness, seeds of laziness, seeds of cowardice and timidity. I believe that that's tied into some people waste their days all day, but they think they have the right to be mad about someone else's success when you're not even doing anything. Of course that person is going to pass you up. And even if you are doing something, that person could already, before you met that person, they could have already went through a process of 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and then you're trying to compete with someone. Outwardly it looks like they're a regular person, but inwardly they have been doing this, they have been prepared and processed over the last 5 to 10 years. So you think, oh well, I can do what they do, I can do what they do better than them, and then you jump into a rat race with someone that you do not know spiritually, you don't know on the inside, and you end up burning yourself out trying to keep up with someone else. The best thing to do in business is be authentic. Understand exactly where you are, where you want to go in life, understand where you are, and then take the steps and go through the process on becoming who you want to become. Someone else, they may be a businessman. You don't have to particularly do business. You don't have to be in business. You can be in whatever. You can be a car salesman, but be the best car salesman that you can be, and put the time and the energy and the effort into learning sales, learning everything about the vehicles, learning everything that you need to know to be the best that you can be. You have to learn in these areas. So let's stop the unhealthy competition. I believe unhealthy competition only comes from people who are inauthentic, people with narcissistic character traits. They don't know who they are, so they're saying, okay, I want to be someone else. I know a narcissist is someone who always has plenty of mass. They take a little part of this person, a little part of this person. Everyone they meet, they chip off parts of that person's personality, that person. Now, we're all shaped by our influences, don't get me wrong, but no, I'm talking about a narcissistic character. Let's not use the word narcissist here. Let's use the word inauthentic. It's the same thing, but we're going to put it in the term that where people can really understand it. Because some people can say, I'm not a narcissist, but if you're inauthentic, you do carry these certain character traits of a narcissist person. Inauthenticity is basically that you don't know what you like. You don't know what you want to do. You don't know what's going on in your life until you see someone else doing something and then you want to do it. Now, there's a difference between being inspired and you get into an unhealthy competition with someone just because you're jealous or you're envious. We don't want to go that route. That is what will destroy you. That will destroy your business. That will destroy your vision. Some people have visions, but they see someone else doing something and they start to compete with someone else in another area, and it totally kills their vision, their original plan, and the initial reason on why they wanted to get into business in the first place. Let's cancel that out, guys. We're going into 2026. It is Q4. We are it's Q3, but we're going into quarter 4 of this year. And let's kill that. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's understand where we are. Let's understand that everyone is not built the same. Not everyone speaks Spanish. Not everyone speaks Chinese. Not everyone was born in New York. Not everyone drives a Ferrari. We have to understand that there are differences in this world, and we need to embrace those differences, and we need to embrace where we are. There's no reason in the world why if I drive a Honda, I need to be trying to race someone in a Ferrari. You know what I mean? But think about unhealthy competition with another person. Just because they have on a suit doesn't mean they're a Ferrari. And just because they don't have on a suit, doesn't mean that they're a Honda. So it's kind of hard to tell from a human aspect, but there is an energy signature, or there is something about a person which you will automatically know that, this is not someone to compete. Let's be honest, where I am right now, I have no business trying to compete with Bill Gates. I need to be honest exactly where I am in life right now. I need to understand that the process that he's been through and the years of experience that he has dealing with employees, dealing with betrayals, mockery, the backstabbing, he's still in business. He still has his own concepts and philosophies and ideologies about business, the way they should be ran. He's been successful at it for over decades, a couple decades. So that's somebody that I should be inspired by, not someone that I need to be trying to compete with. But, let's get back to well, that was just a nice wisdom nugget for those out there that want to go into entrepreneurship. You do not have to be cutthroat to be successful. I want everybody to understand that you do not have to be cutthroat. You do not have to get over on people. You do not have to, do anything illegal to be successful. There is a tribe of people out there that will love you. There is people out there that will help you to get to where you need to be in life. You don't have to lie. You don't have to scheme. You can just do whatever you need to do. If you come up with an idea and execute that idea piece by piece, day by day, taking an hour of time out of your day to get that thing done, there's no reason you need to lie. You can say that it's been accomplished, but you don't have to tell exactly what stage it's at. But some things have been accomplished, and some things are not meant to be told anyways. Some things are not meant to be told until they're fully developed, and then you're at that point where you're ready to launch that product, or it has already been tested and launched, and then now you want to gain and add more clients where they can step into or be welcome into a proven system or a proven business or a proven area that you've cultivated for them to come and enjoy. So think about that. But like I said, this is time versus money. But number one was, time is a non-renewable asset, which we just discussed. You can't get time back. You just can't. It's impossible. Now, we'll go into that later. Money can be lost and regained, but time is gone forever. You can always lose some money, but time is gone forever. So be careful what you do with your time. Make sure you have discipline to focus on your goals and use your time and energy towards your goals, your dreams, and things that you really want to accomplish in life. And never compare yourself to anyone else's journey. Someone else could be way ahead. You don't use your time and energy trying to pull someone down to make yourself feel better about yourself. Start where you are, put forth the time, energy, and effort, and do what you need to do for your own life. Okay. The importance of aligning time with high impact tasks instead of busy work. Now, this is different. Now, I've done this before. I've done this plenty of times. I opened so many e-commerce stores at a certain period of time that it became busy work. I was not getting any traction. I wasn't scaling. There was a lot of people that I came across that gave me free coaching calls, and even just from information that I've heard on the internet. My philosophy is, I don't want to tell my strategy of the way that, I'm going to do things exactly until it comes into fruition. But one thing that I did is I opened so many e-commerce stores at the same time. It was I started marketing the ones that I gained a little bit of traction in and that I wanted, and that I wanted to continue to make extra stream of revenue through those specific stores. But all of the extra ones, the other ones, it became busy work. I was just kind of doing. I wasn't really doing too much. I was doing what I needed to do to get what I wanted to get. If I wanted multiple streams of income, and I felt like I could have it, which I'm doing. If I feel like that, I can go get if I can go get a Lamborghini Storado, then I'm going to get that. So I don't feel like I'm doing too much. I feel like that you have to put the time and the work in towards executing your dreams and your visions. No one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to tell you to wake up and do a podcast. No one else is going to tell you to learn about profit and loss statements. No one else is going to make you or tell you to learn about marketing and sales and the psychology of sales. No one's going to tell you that you need to be financially educated. No one's going to tell you that you need to find strategic ways to invest your extra money, whether that's using a public platform, a trading platform like TradingView, whether that's, investing in stocks, Roth IRA, any of those things. No one's going to tell you these things. You can hear these things in passing, but even if someone does tell you, no one's going to make you do these things. There has to be something within yourself that says, I'm tired of the level that I'm on right now, and I need some knowledge or some information to act on so that I can make it to the next level for myself. Just because I'm moving in a certain direction, I may do e-commerce, I may do business consultation, I may even do vending, but that is a path that I chose to create multiple streams of income for myself and my family. It may not work for you. Maybe gaming works for you. Maybe cybersecurity works for you. So that's why anyone that compares or competes with anyone else, they are losing themselves. And they are not going to reach their full potential because they're using someone else as a measuring stick. You know what I mean? So never do that. So I want you to know that you have to stay focused on the task and what you're doing. Be authentic in business. Do not be so blown away with busy work where there's a difference between high impact tasks and there's a difference between busy work. Busy work is that I'm doing something, but I'm not going or getting anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Busy work is that, and you know what? This is busy work. I'm gonna give you a clear definition of what busy work is, and I'm gonna give you an analogy of that. Busy work is basically it's not working towards your goal. You know, everything that I'm doing with what I'm doing is working towards a goal to accomplish a vision that I personally have. Not everyone's going to understand it. Not everyone is going to jump on board. You know, a lot of times people don't jump on board until, you know, the vision is working. It's already manifested. Things are going good. And that's what people come around and say, oh, I always believed in you. I always believed in you. So we're not worried about those people. You have to understand that the vision that you have, not everyone's going to understand it. Not everyone is going to, is going to support it. Not everyone is going to want to be a part of that vision until it comes to fruition. Until that vision is manifested, when people can see it with their eyes, that's when all the fake people will come around and say, I always believed in you. Why didn't you support me when I was chasing the dream? So you don't want to worry about those people. Anyone that had a time and a chance to help you in any state of your process, of any state of your building process, of building your business, building yourself, and they chose to attack you instead of to assist you, you leave those people behind, especially when you make it, when you become rich, when you become influential, when you make differences around the world, maybe be attached, maybe your business is attached to global charities, maybe you're a sponsor for certain soccer teams, maybe any major soccer teams, maybe you're a sponsor, Little League soccer teams, from whatever God is moving or is moving you to do. Do not take the people, anybody that's in your life from the time that you started your journey to the time that you became rich, and they chose not to help you, if they chose not to assist you, if they chose to hate on you in a state that you're at and you're not even where you want to be. If you are in the building process of getting where you need to go, and people were around, they had a chance to either assist you, but they chose to attack you, try to pull you down, try to oppress you, and try to be a stumbling block in your way. Do not take these people with you when you become rich. Do not take these people with you once your business starts to flourish. Leave those people behind, because all they're going to do is try to scatter what you're trying to build. Number 2, the trade-off dilemma, buying time back. Now, this is something that I've dealt with in business, buying my time back. You know why I'm able just to do marketing? Because I bought my time back. There are other people working while I'm not working. So I can have lunch and lay down and, and chill, or check out some marketing strategies, or, check out some the latest news, the labor cyber news, news on tech. I can sit now and say lay down. I was just sitting and relax, or maybe watch a film that I haven't been able to watch in the last 10 years during this process. You know why? Because you can buy your time back. There's a lot of tasks that you really need to do, but as a CEO and as a founder and as someone who has a vision for the company, you need to stay fresh on creativity. You need to stay up to date on modern ideas, trends, and tech. You need to stay up to date on the newest the newest trends, like I said, or seasonal packages, or seasonal. You need to be creative to create seasonal. You need to seasonal packages, seasonal bundles to help sell, depending on what business sector you're in. You also need to stay up to date on the legal aspect of the business as well. Make sure that your business is in compliance and up to date with the current state laws and where your business is located. So you need to make sure that as a founder, CEO, and the visionary of your company, that those things are taken care of. So you need to be aware of those at all time. And this is another thing: you need to know when to spend money and when to spend money to save time. There's sometimes that you don't need to spend money to save time. But there are some tasks that can make your life a lot easier when you can just spend the money to automate certain things. You can automate email addresses. You can automate phone calls where it will, or you can add chatbots to your website. So as soon as someone gets on your website and they say, well, we want to order something, and then we want to order. We need a catering for 50 people. Your chatbot will already be automated to answer the most common questions, and the questions that they cannot ask, they will forward those questions to you. And then as those questions start to be asked, you can program those questions within the chatbot, and to make sure that that you don't have to be on that page, and you don't have to have a back and forth conversation, that chatbot will answer as many questions as possible to give the client or the customer enough information to if they want to move forward with you, or if they want to go with another company. But these will be clear, concise answers that this chatbot, and you don't have to be there all day, every day, sitting there answering questions, going back and forth with emails. When I first started my restaurant company, I would have to go back and forth with emails all day. I would have to go back. Oh, this is what exactly do you need? How many people are going to be there? What's the location? What theme would you like? What kind of food would you like? Here's our catering meat. And we would go back and forth. And sometimes they would just ask one sentence in the email, and I have to wait 10 minutes, and I have to email them back. So that was real. If I had a chat bot to kind of do that and kind of, it would have came to me when it was in its final stage, the finalized stage of, sealing the deal, getting the check and things of that sort. Then it could have been a lot better. But so know when to spend money to save your time. Doing some outsourcing, automation and delegation. You know what I mean? Outsources some things that you cannot do, or you don't have an employee on hand. You can't do it with Chat GPT, the highest version of that. Some things you need to outsource, like legal documents, dealing with a lawyer, dealing with contracts, business to business contracts, business to client contracts. You need a lawyer, so you need to outsource those things if you are not a lawyer. Automation systems, which we just talked about, which is chatbots at the bottom or area that's on your website or on your sales page. And delegation is if you have an employee that can pick up an extra task or has the skill set to execute a task that you do not have time to do. Either you can hire someone to delegate that task, or if you already have someone an employee that is working for you, you can give them that extra task. Just like I had a social media manager, and with this social media manager, she was just supposed to do marketing. She was just supposed to do marketing, which is she would come up with a marketing calendar for the week. We'll go over like certain trends and certain things that we wanted to do for the week. We'll come up with certain ideas. So we have a meeting every week at the beginning of the week, and we would stay in contact, but we would come up with these things. And then as time went on, I added another task. The other task that I added was replying to certain. So instead of just starting a marketing campaign, but she also interacted with the customers, kept track of the data analysis of how the page was scaling. I got that report, the data analysis report of how the page was scaling. How many people did we reach? How much of those did we how many of those comments that we converted to sales. So we got sales conversion, and also her replying to those customers and to those clients. So and then converting those comments into sales. So that was an extra task that I gave her. You know what I mean? That was an extra task that she had that I had to delegate to her, instead of her just making the marketing content and then me having to go in there and having to address every client, every potential client, every potential customer. So no, delegation is another one. Know when to spend money to save time, because you need to be focused. You need to be clear-headed to move the business forward, to come up with creativity, maybe to do some networking with other companies, other businesses. Maybe go to go to a convention, or go somewhere where you can be inspired. You know what I mean? Where your inspiration can be sparked, and that's a lot of times you need to do that. I don't care if you go to a book club, or go somewhere where you can be inspired and you can be creative. So that would be good for you. While entrepreneurs who try to do it all often stall their growth. Sometimes you're going to be put in situations where you have to do it all. That means that you don't have the money to hire, to hire. So that means you won't be delegated. You don't have the budget or the finances to be able to outsource. So there are a lot of times that in the genesis, the beginning of your entrepreneurial journey, that you will have to wear a lot of hats. So you will have to learn how to do a lot of things very fast, and you will have to learn how to move forward and grow in those certain areas until you come to a point. But the number one area you need to grow in really is sales, marketing, sales, and scaling tactics to scale your business, so that you can start to generate enough revenue or generate enough capital where you can hire someone else. I don't care if it's a virtual assistant. A virtual assistant is the same thing as an employee, and they are the virtual assistants are the automation, the human form of an automation bot before they came out. So before all this AI stuff, people would get a virtual assistant and they would be the Autobot. But you can get you a virtual assistant that is versed and that is very skilled in creating these things by using AI. There are a lot of AI schools out there too as well. If you don't know how to use the AI technology that's out there now, you can take a small course online for free, and and AI will help you as an extra employee to get a lot done in a short amount of time without having to have 10 employees. AI has helped me in my business a lot. Chat GPT, and other sources, other AI sources as well, has helped me a lot in moving the ball forward, has helped me a lot in pushing the needle when it comes to business as well. So you can use that as well for even for a spark in your creativity as well. Okay, but if you try to do it all, you're going to stall your growth. There are certain areas that you must grow in as a visionary, as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, that you do not need to waste your time being stalled or stuck in a lower, I hate to say a lower place, but in a place that's not meant for you. You're supposed to be moving towards, I heard a guy, Coach Leo, and one thing that he was saying is basically what I'm saying now. You do not need to spend all your time marketing, uploading content. You're supposed to be free from those things. You're supposed to be moving forward, doing other things, and that is exactly true. So thank God for that guy. Just piggybacking off of that. Viewing expenses not as losses, but as investments in efficiency and freedom. So when you view your expenses as well, do not view those expenses as losses. So view them as investments. So if I said, man, I had to spend $500 this week in dealing with the VA, you know what I mean? I gave her 14 hours. She actually worked over the 14 hours, and I'm not viewing that as a loss. I'm looking at that as an investment. When we have our meeting, was everything that was on this task list, was it accomplished? Yes, everything was accomplished. So I'm making an investment. Did that free up my time? Yes. So after you spend money, you have to look at the benefits that you received by spending those finances. Don't look at it as, man, I had to spend $500 this week. Just look at it as I invested $500 so that it could free up my time where I didn't have to do any marketing. I got all the tasks that were done that were supposed to be done for the week. And I actually got to take an extra class on sales to help me to move forward. I actually got to go to a networking mixer, that helped me to come across other entrepreneurs that are like-minded and that we could collaborate in certain areas. So that will help move the business forward as well. So don't view your expenses as losses, but as investments in efficiency and freedom. These things will help things to run more efficiently. And these things will give you and grant you freedom. So that's what a lot of people do. If you see someone working a job right now, what they're doing is they're trading their time for money. I believe my life is way more valuable than $17 an hour, $20 an hour. You know what I mean? That time is precious. What I can do in 1 hour and what I can make in 1 hour, to say through e-commerce, what I can make in 1 hour. It doesn't start like this. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't start like this. You have to go through the process. You have to build the foundation of the business. You have to research the hottest products. You have to maybe even get you a U-Haul shed to stash your products. If you don't have enough room and at home, especially here in New York City, you really don't have enough room to stash inventory. So you will have to rent out maybe a garage, or you may have to rent out a U-Haul area or some type of storage to put your inventory. So when you get those orders, you have to go to your storage, get those orders, box those orders up, put your business cards in there, put some little stickers and wrap it up, send it to the post office and things of that sort. So that's here when you're in New York City, until you can have enough room or enough space where you can put your inventory in a corner or whatever store that you're working from. If not, you can do drop shipping. So, but you need to understand that view your expenses, as investments. Number 3. So number 3 is redefining wealth. All right, redefining wealth. Freedom over fortune. Freedom or fortune, wheel of fortune. Redefining wealth, freedom over fortune. True wealth in entrepreneurship is having control over your time, not just financial gain. The reason why you want to make enough money is you want to make enough money so that you can delegate tasks that take up too much of your time. And once you delegate those tasks that take up too much of your time, or automate or buy systems that automate certain tasks that free up your time, and why you want to make money to be able to do that is so that you can be free. There's a difference between if I don't want to be rich, and I'm not going to say that I'm not already. I'm just saying I haven't accumulated enough wealth that I feel like I need to do exactly what I want to do. I'm not at the level that I want to be at. It's not about, you have to be smart. You can't act like you have money. You have to, sometimes you just have to, I wouldn't say suffer, but sometimes you will have to place yourself on the back burner for the greater good of your vision. To make sure that you fulfill your vision in its entirety and in totality, you need to put yourself on the back burner. You need to put your needs, your want. I would love to eat some good chicken every day. I would love to go to some of the hottest sushi restaurants every day. I would love to experience a lot of things that here in New York City that I haven't experienced. I would love to go to a couple museums. I would love to go to a couple art shows, but I sacrifice the things that I want to do for the vision that's been placed in my heart and my mind to execute for my future generations in my bloodline. It's a lot of stuff I want to do. There's a lot of clothes I want to buy. You know what I mean? I could go buy a couple suits and say, man, no, this is for, it matters how you appear. Your appearance matters, and I'm going to use this as an investment, which I can do that, and then write that off on taxes as I bought these suits for appearance, for business deals, to go and meet clients, to meet potential clients, to meet international clients online through Zoom calls. That's the reason why I bought this clothing, and I can write that off as a deductible as dealing with work, that I wore those clothes at work. So, you know what I mean? But anyways, true wealth in entrepreneurship is having control over your time. Money, you want to be rich, or you want to be wealthy so you can do whatever you want to do when you feel like doing it, and there is no restraint. You're not stuck in a system where you have to go to work because you got to pay your bills, where you have to be at a certain place because you want to be wealthy so you can do whatever you want to do when you want to do it, but you also want to make sure that your money is making money. You don't want to sit on money because it's going to run out. Your money is going to run out. If you have no way to continue to make money while you spend money, you need to make double the money of what you're spending. To say I spend $6,000 a day, whether I spend $6,000 a day on IT, virtual assistant, whether I have a virtual assistant group dealing with 13 online stores, whether we have inventory that's being shipped, whether there's whether it's travel. Just say I spend $6,000 a week. Within that $6,000 a week, I need to be making at least $12,000. Because $6,000 a week will cover everything, but everything that I spend in that week needs to go towards me being my brand awareness, making sure that people see our brand, making sure we have some marketing ads, making sure that we're visible so that people will have the option to buy from us. I need to be making double that so that I can pay my employees, I can pay my manufacturer, and I can also make $6,000 in profit. And even after tax, you're going to save 25% tax. Sometimes I save 20% tax. Sometimes I save 25% tax because you need to have that on. You need to retain those finances because you will be taxed at the end of the year. Some businesses that's depending on your business code or your business sector, some people have to file taxes every 3 months, while some have to file once a year. You have to go online and kind of see exactly what business you run. And what business sector and what business code does that fall under, and then you can get the information that you need to see if you need to file taxes every 3 months or every year. But true wealth in entrepreneurship is having control of your time, not just financial gain. And that's something that I cannot stress enough. Designing a business model that allows balance, flexibility, and scalability. You cannot just design any type of business model. It needs to be a specific business model with a foundation that if you take a hit, I always like to build a business that becomes its own bank. You know what I mean? And how is that? I don't have to build 3 businesses, and then if this business fails, or if this business is losing money, I can use money from another business to pour into that business to bring it back to life. Maybe it went through a hit, kind of like, I like to call it the COVID episodes. Maybe because this certain type of fitness business that I run, we have Gotham Fitness Supply. That's a business that I own. It's called Gotham Fitness Supply.bigcartel, BIGCARTEL.com. That's where you can go and you can get a lot of fitness equipment here in New York City. So Gotham Fitness Supply, there's going to come a time where, let's say it's winter time, where that business is not going to do as well, even though there's a lot of fitness activities that happen, inside of a building or inside a closed location. It's just from the data that we collected, through sales, in the wintertime. We're not going to sell that much fitness supply. Now, we can find a certain product or research or find a certain product that people are used to buying around that time. Maybe it may be some heat packs, some fitness heat packs. Maybe we may, start selling, different things, but we need to find out what fitness supply does people usually buy around the winter time, because the fitness supply that we usually sell, it has to do with running. It has to do with, there are some home gym equipment that we have online that's available for sale right now, but there are certain items that we sell that's in our inventory that we know for a fact that these items will not be hot items when it comes to the winter season. So we do need to find other items that people are used to using that has a data backing that we can adopt and we can integrate into our inventory as well. But you need to design a business model that allows balance, flexibility, and scalability. Now, getting back to what I say, I make each business its own bank. And how do you do that? How do you make each business its own bank? By creating different departments within a business that are scalable. So just like we have Thompson Square Gardens Restaurant Company, we don't just do catering. What we do also, we do private chef services. Maybe you want a private chef for a special date or for a marry me proposal, and you need a certain theme. Maybe your kids have a birthday party. Maybe if you're having a hard time feeding your child that is, has Down syndrome or has a disability, and they're picky eaters, and maybe you need someone to come in that's a specialist dealing with children, dealing with dietary the dietary aspect of things, or dealing with allergens that certain kids cannot eat, will not eat. They have an outlook on what these type of children, these gifted children eat, and you need someone like us. That is what we do. But we have built multiple departments, not just multiple departments, and we have built also collaborations with other stores. This is a way, and this is a tactic or a strategy where you will not have to have one business supporting another business. You can have each department within the business supporting each other, and it's all going towards one business. And that's the way that you build a bank inside of a business, making sure that you are operating, let's say you are operating two departments within business. Let's go back to Gotham Fitness Supply, or we can go to Times Square Toy Store. Okay, so we have Times Square Toy Store, which is also online as well, that you guys can go and check out for your children. Times Square Toy Store. So Times Square Toy Store, we sell toys, but we also have a toy drive, an annual toy drive, where we are in collaboration with Manhattan Children's Center. We are in collaboration with the Block Institute of Brooklyn. We're in collaboration with it was another one, but those two for sure. That we have collaborated last year on a toy drive where we went inside these hospitals. We gave the children toys that were donated, which were all new. We didn't take any old toys. We took brand new toys that we sprayed and we sterilized, and we had sterilized at the hospital. We can make sure that these children could enjoy these toys while they were on their sick bed or while they were in situations that they didn't want to be in, and we came to brighten up their day. So that is another one. But we built more than one department within one company. You would say, how would you scale toy drives, and how would you scale this? It was the networking the networking aspect of it that gave us extra stream of income, not only by people donating, but by adding another contact to our database. Adding another contact. These are high profile contacts. These contacts may do international business. These contacts are in real estate. These contacts are doctors and surgeons. These contacts that we received from launching this annual toy drive are contacts that will later invest in the vision of what we were doing. So that's why I'm saying, so that altogether has built that is another department, a charity department that has actually helped. And you would say, well, how is that helping when you're selling toys? You know why? Because after we sell a certain amount of toys, we can use that money to help our marketing, to get our brand out there, and that by doing that, we can start other services as well that will help. We may not need anyone to donate after 5 years. Now we've made so much money by having these investors and having these contacts, and their friends telling their friends, and their friends are telling their colleagues, and then now we have so many people donating to this aspect of the business that whatever we sell, we can take 20% of our profits and we can put it towards that. We don't need them anymore. Now, if they still want to be a part of the vision, that's completely fine. But we want to get to a point where we can operate on our own, within our own company, and help our company through these different departments. Just like we went back to Times Square Gardens Restaurant Company, we build different departments. We have a private chef department. We have a meal prep services, and then we also have the regular catering, which is wedding catering, corporate catering, private party catering for like yachts. Maybe you need a private chef to go on. You need a private chef for your jet. Maybe you're a jet owner. So we have high profile clients, but we have different departments in one company that maybe this department is lacking this month. and maybe we want to launch a campaign for this department, but we don't have the budget. Each department has its own budget. We don't have the budget to launch this campaign to bring this certain department back up to par. We can take money from another department and add it and fund that marketing campaign, but all the finances are still on one profit and loss sheet, one profit and loss statement within that one company. And that is the way that you build a bank inside of your own business, by building different departments and operating those different departments and scaling those different departments all at the same time. You don't need one company to help another company. You can have a department used as a company, or as a bank, or as a backbone within the same company. But and that's designing a business model that allows balance, flexibility, and scalability. Another thing is, entrepreneurs can measure success by the quality of life their business support. You can measure success by the quality of life your business support. If you're just having a business and you're just making money, if you're not engaged in any community relief efforts, if you're not engaged in amplifying people's lives, and you're a business, what quality of life do you support? If you're not helping the fit fanatics, if you're not giving away food to the homeless, if you're not giving away a certain percentage or profits, or throwing certain bashes around your community or your neighborhood to help give back to the community, you're in business to solve problems. I tell people this all the time. Do not go into business unless you understand what problem you're solving. That is the way that you make a lot of money in business, is you find a problem, you create a service or a product that can tackle or take care of that problem, and then people are going to pay you for being a problem solver. But I also want you to know that within that, even after you're making money, if you are located in any area, you need to find a 501c3. You need to find another business to throw a back to school bash. You need to collaborate with a barbershop to give away, pay for free haircuts and or something. You need to give back to the community. You need to give back to the next generation. You need to give back to especially the area that you're located in. I don't even care if it's the fire department. I don't even care if it's the police department. I don't care if it's your local chamber of commerce. You need to collaborate, or you need to you really need to take the initiative towards not just being a business that collects money from your clients that's in your neighborhood or around your location. You need to find a way to give back. And that is what really makes that's what really you can measure your success by. Not only by how much money you make, but what does your business offer to the community that it serves? Beyond products and beyond services. What are the core values of your business? And that was really brings business quality. That was really helps your brand awareness. When people think about your brand, the name of your company, they know that you are a company that gives back. They know that you are a company that's compassionate, you're caring, and that you're not greedy. You know what I mean? You're not like a loan shark. So you need that a good name rather be chosen than great riches. That is a verse in the Bible, but it's absolutely true. A good name could get you into places. A good name can get you into doors that money cannot get you into. So that can be used as a card, to get you into certain places. Okay, once again, this is the House of Business Podcast 2.0. This is your host, Caleb Thompson. I'm coming live from New York. This is time versus money, and we went over 3 points. The number one point was time is a non-renewable asset. Number 2 is the trade-off dilemma, buying back your time. And number 3 is redefining wealth, freedom over fortune. You can go back and you can listen to this. If you're just now tuning in, we would like to thank you guys for supporting the House of Business Podcast 2.0. We'd like everyone to go to Mason D Affairs Incorporated, which is the House of Business in French. We have a Facebook page that you guys can go to if you need a business plan. Now, for the first For the first 10 people that comment business plan at the bottom of this video, we will be giving out a free business plan. If you have a company or you're a small business owner or you have a vision that you need to map out and you need a business plan, this business plan will consist of your executive summary. It will consist of your business mission, your pricing strategy, your target market strategy, a marketing strategy. It will consist of financial projections for the first, third, and fifth year. Conclusion. It will consist of, so if you need a business plan for the first 10 people who write business plan at the end of this video, if you comment on this video after you see it and you write business plan, we will contact you and we will write you a free business plan. Business plan, we're not talking about one-page business plans. Our company usually does a one-page business plan for $200. We're talking about a fully loaded business plan in detail that's tailored to the geographical location of where you want to launch your business. It's going to be tailored to the demographics of your business. It's going to be tailored to the GDP of the business sector that you're in. We're also going to give you a full business sector review over the company. If you want to go into the food and beverage business, we're going to give you a full overview of that business sector inside of your business plan so you can know what you're up against. And we will also give you a SWOT analysis strategy. So a SWOT analysis strategy is the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats when it comes to your business. So if you are in one location and just say that you sell burgers, if there are 4 other burger stores around the area, we're going to help you to perform a SWOT analysis. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? What opportunities do they offer? And what threats do they have when it comes to you making money? And we're not talking about knocking anyone out of the box, but we're talking about sharpening our skills, us coming up with creative strategies and ideas to make sure that we can outperform the next performer when it comes to business. So we will give you a SWOT analysis strategy. We will give you a free business plan to the first 10 people that comment business plan at the end of this video. And we're going to start to bring that vision to life that you have in your head. It's going to go from your head to paper. And then we also have a business coaching program. First 30 minutes, you get a free 30-minute consultation with me, myself, Caleb Thompson, and I will go over how we will start to build your business from scratch. How we do branding. We can build you a logo. We can build you a slogan, a catchy slogan. We can build you a business plan. We can find locations from you. We are in collaboration with Paradise Gardens International Realty Company, and we will find you a location in the area for the best price. We will hook you up with a broker, some of our personal favorite brokers here in New York City, or it may be in New Jersey. I believe one broker that we have, he has connections in New Jersey, but we can hook you up with the best place where it would be low in rent, where you will have a grace period to scale your business. So we're going to hook you up with a lot of good resources. A lot of good resources if you go with us at Mason D Affairs Incorporated. That's the House of Business, and this podcast was built off of that business, which is the House of Business Podcast 2.0, the place where we give you the knowledge and the tools to execute your dreams and visions. We'll see you guys back here next Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.